Evening everybody, Melanie here. Thought I'd make a video to keep you all updated as to what's going on behind the scenes here, and let me know how you're all doing. How are you finding December? How has 2020 been for you? It's been intense, very intense, and I wanted to make this video to say to everyone who's hung in there, to everyone who's been through a lot, who's survived an intense breakup, who has lost their job, who's had their whole life changed because of what's happening in the world. Just hang in there, all right? You made it to December. We're in December now. So this time of year, I tend to hibernate a bit. I tend to spend less time online. But I also wanted to say that I won't be putting as much videos on personality disorders throughout winter, quite simply because it's a bit much to keep talking about it and to keep making videos about it. Whilst I am still working as a counsellor, so for those who are interested in online counselling with me or coaching with me with regards to breaking up with someone potentially borderline, breaking up with someone personality disordered, dysfunctional relationships, I'm still counselling in it, I'm still doing this work. I'm just not putting out videos in this for a little while. Where in my line of work as a counsellor, I'm listening to a lot of stories to then keep making videos on it can be a bit much for me as well. So I do need to take a breather from making these kind of videos. That's not to say that I've stopped making these videos completely. I will in the future continue making videos every now and then. But for those of you who don't know, I'm a mental health counsellor and I specialise in the field of recovery from trauma from the past, from childhood abuse, from trauma gained from relationship breakdowns. I help people who have ongoing CPTSD, people who have PTSD, people who have developed whatever symptoms as a result from unaddressed wounds from the past. And in the last few years, I focused in on particular with personality disorders and relationships. But now what I want to do with the channel is to address trauma in general and how we can help move on from it, how we can transform it, how we can transform our response to challenging situations. So I want to make more videos talking about all the ways in which we can recover from trauma, not just trauma in relationships, because this is something that all of us can relate to. To be in the world is suffering. It's unavoidable. You can't escape it. I can't escape it. No one escapes suffering. And yet we can adapt. We can learn to live in harmony, to seek balance, and to find our peace on earth, to find peace within the suffering, to transform ourselves, to change. It's all possible, but it's a very long and dedicated process. It's nothing that happens overnight. My focus since I started my counselling training, since I even got into psychology, was wanting to heal. I've been fascinated with psychology. I love dancing and just towards healing through creativity and through seeking knowledge and through learning how to master my own mind. What this has done throughout my life, this has carved a path of a journey of learning about meditation, about Buddhism, about Taoism, counseling training, coaching training, plant medicine. Along with psychology and dancing, seeking knowledge has always been my passion. Since I was young, I've always wanted to learn, to know more. And as I've gotten older, this has applied to myself. I wanted to know myself. I wanted to realize as much of myself as I could. And psychology and philosophy has definitely helped me. And even in the counseling work that I do, through working with others, they in turn show me more about myself. I learn more about myself through the interactions that I have with others. Every experience is a learning experience, and I'm just keen to learn more. Not only do I enjoy learning, but learning ancient ways. For example, being out in nature, learning how to forage, learning about how our ancestors used to prepare food, learning about ancient esoteric knowledge and ways our ancestors were, being out in the wild, coming back into nature, coming back to the old ways. That's always really appealed to me. I've always felt like a bit of an old soul in a new world, so to speak. So the old ways of living in harmony with nature has always appealed to me, but integrating it with technology, because I quite like having a smartphone, I'm not going to lie. It's really convenient to make good videos and post it online so I can communicate and interact with you, my lovely audience. So I'm all about learning how to adapt and to improve myself and to use the strife and the pain from suffering, from narcissistic abuse, from abuse from parents, from the trauma of having your heart broken, how you can use that, how I've used that to transform myself and to learn more about myself and to realize I am so much more of a stronger person than I ever gave myself credit, that I can explore dimensions of myself that I didn't think were possible 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And it's all happening now and it's really exciting, and I want to share what has helped me, what could possibly help you, because it works. You can heal from trauma from the past, and it's not something that you just wake up one day and you just, oh, I'm magically healed from all my trauma. It's an ongoing daily progression. But you can look back one day and think, wow, I have come such a long way. I'm not even the person who I used to be. And you can get there. I got there, you can get there. Another thing about me that you might not know, if you haven't guessed already, is that if you scroll down to like my earlier videos when I started this channel back in my goth coach days, I like snakes. Yeah, I've got videos of snakes way back when. I stopped uploading them because I came to realize that a lot of my potential clients and viewers don't really like snakes. So I haven't been making a lot of videos on them, but at the same time, this is important to me because actually owning snakes and mindfully interacting with them and even using them sometimes with my in-person counseling, when I used to do in-person counseling back before 2020, I used to see people in person. Yeah, I would use my snakes sometimes therapeutically as a form of animal-assisted therapy. And they actually inspired me. The therapeutic effects that snakes have in a counseling setting actually inspired me to look deeper into the wisdom of the snake and the symbology behind the snake. Like, why is there's something about a snake? If you own a snake, if you've handled snakes, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. There is something about them. I'm going to make more videos on this. Basically, this is the point of why I'm bringing it up. It was through working with my snakes, be it from handling them myself, through meditating with them, through bringing them to workshops which I was hosting. I used to host workshops with a Kundalini yoga teacher and a dance teacher, and the three of us, we would embrace a cacao ceremony along with conscious and mindful snake interaction and Kundalini yoga. And this was like a women's circle, and it was to help women shift whatever energies were trapped in the reproductive areas, to help shift trauma on a physical level through dance, through movement, through the energy of the snake, through cacao, through Kundalini yoga, through the breath work. It was through my passion and my interactions which transformed me. I felt I had my own Kundalini awakening from interactions with snakes. It inspired me to write a book. So, here it is. I wrote this a few years ago. I wrote this because I was talking at the Best You Expo. This was a few years ago, and I had a stall there. So I felt inspired from interacting with my pet snakes to research and study the symbol of the snake, the serpent, trace it back through history to ancient civilizations to see what it represented, what its deeper meaning is. and ultimately how the healing from the wisdom surrounded by the symbol of the snake, how this can apply to us, how we can use ancient knowledge to help us heal from trauma, to help us resynthesize those split off parts of us into a more integrated whole, to a more realized, authentic self. Can self realize through gaining wisdom, from seeking knowledge, seeking gnosis. And I talk about it in my book, but I've decided that rather than promote selling a book, I'm instead going to make videos based on the contents of the book. So this is going to be my winter project now, making videos discussing snake wisdom. So I look forward to putting up all kinds of videos for you this winter time. And let me know how you're all doing in the comments below. And I hope you're all having a lovely evening. Okay, until next time. Bye for now.